Good morning, afternoon, or evening from wherever you are watching. Welcome back to the Saeed Jammal show. This is episode 3, and I just want to say thank you for the support from all of you viewers. And for anyone who's new, please subscribe, follow our Instagram page, and share these videos. Alright? Because I don't have much followers. So my topic for today is going to be about freedom of speech, mainly in Lebanon, and the way it works, especially when you want to criticize someone who is in a high position or whatnot. Mainly, freedom of speech in Lebanon is considered a very important thing, and it used to be, especially in freedom of press and media, it used to be a very celebrated thing in Lebanon. So people would come from outside to publish their works or talk about news in Lebanon, since it was uncensored. It was we were one of the least censored countries compared to the other Arab countries. And technically, by legal standards, we are, but in recent events, that has not been the case. So the concept is, we do have freedom of speech, and it is protected by the Article 13 in the Constitution of the Lebanese Constitution, which claims that all Lebanese citizens have the right to freedom of expression. Now, under the Constitution, that is allowed. Legally, under the laws, it is also allowed. It's very vague, there isn't anything concrete that stops us from expressing our opinions publicly and criticizing whoever it is. But we do have something called defamation laws, and these defamation laws are, to be honest, outdated. They are based on the Ottoman and Syrian times. Now, what are the defamation laws? Defamation laws are basically laws that protect someone's reputation. So إذا حدا مسبلك فيك ترفع دعوة عليه. Now, it doesn't work exactly like that, obviously. If you just go say fuck you to any guy on the street, he can just raise a lawsuit on you. That's not how it works. The way it works is, if you publicly, or if you publicly denounce someone, whether it's verbal or written, then that person can sue you, technically speaking, and بيرفع دعوة عليك. Now, this is the situation that is going on in Lebanon. So mainly politicians who receive any kind of criticism. Yeah, that's gonna get edited out. Basically, any politician who receives any type of public criticism and it gets a lot of views and whatnot, they raise a case against that person, and that person gets held in custody. He gets arrested, and we have seen that in recent times, especially in the Thawra, for people like Gino Raide, Michel Chamon, and countless others. And the thing is, none of them stay in prison. So the case never holds. So what exactly is going on? I mean, I don't understand. My assumption is that they're just trying to intimidate. I feel like that this is their way of intimidation legally, so that they can shut the protesters up, and it doesn't seem to be working. And now, even more, it's just rallying the cause. Now, the defamation laws are the only thing legally that allow the politicians to protect themselves from anyone who talks about them publicly. And honestly, in my opinion, they are outdated. I agree, they are outdated, and they should be removed because they don't really work. Now, me, on a personal opinion, I support freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. I mean, why should anyone stop you from saying what you want? Now, of course, there are people who would not agree with this. It's a human right. You know, you can't just take that away from someone. Okay, there are people that are gonna be stupid, and the people that are gonna be offensive. There are people who are gonna say bad things. I mean, I'm offensive sometimes. I cross the line in my life many times. But the thing is, you should be allowed that freedom, because if anything, it will just, you know, if you keep everything inside and you don't let it out, it will like build up and make you even more angry that you can't talk about it, that you can't publicly voice your opinions, and eventually you might make some kind of action that's not very nice. Now, I kind of went off topic there. Going back to the matter, freedom of speech in Lebanon is something that is, you know, being censored more nowadays. Now, especially with the recent forgot the word. Anyway, something that the Judge Ghassan Awaidat released was anyone that would commit slander or public defamation of the president will be detained. And I mean, we saw that happening with Michel Chamon, for example, and then the protesters blocked the Junior Highway. So I don't know if this is gonna work out for them. I mean, arresting people for publicly expressing their opinion, especially in the situation that we're in. First of all, you deprive them of their food, their money, their homes, and now you want to deprive them of their voice. خلاص يا زلمة إنه sorry بس إنه شباب وصبايا انتهى الوضع. False news. So false news is one of the main things that the politicians use in their case when they raise a lawsuit against the people who are publicly defaming. I don't know what the word is, but you know, publicly criticizing them. Let's stick with that. It's a simple word. And this is basically what they're sticking with, that the people who are talking about them are claiming that these are false truths by throwing in other lies and rumors, spreading those kind of things, so that the people can get confused, and so that the truth can get mixed up, and that there is no case against these politicians, that they are lying, or whatever that person said about them publicly is true. So I don't know if you guys got the concept. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, the politicians spread rumors and lies about anything, about themselves or stuff like that, so that the truth that is being said by the people who are criticizing them cannot be proven to be true, because there's just so much news about them going on that you don't know what's true anymore. So, and this thing is affecting us as a people when we share our news and when we publicly talk about things, and we want to share stories because, you know, it's something we relate to, and so on. An example of that is is Al-Ama. So he recently released a video of himself describing an event that occurred, which he did not see himself, or he did not claim that he had witnessed as well, that occurred with class and a customer. So I'm not gonna go into the details of the story because it's publicly known in Lebanon, and if anything, you can easily find it somehow. Anyway, so he described the story in his opinion, and he made it seem like class. So basically, what happened was, in his words, the employees of class beat up the customer because of a misunderstanding of his phone screen. Now later on, class a week later released the camera footage of the shop, which showed that the customer was provoking the employees, and the employees did not actually hit him. It was people from the local area, that started attacking him because they were being offended from him, and they were being provoked by him. So they beat him. They're the ones who attacked him. Now, this story really blew up once he talked about it, and I don't really have anything about the man of Lama. His name is Saeed Jammal. Just so that I'm actually using his name anyway. Except that the fact that I don't find him funny. That's my opinion. I mean, you can take it or whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so it just kind of blew up, It went viral, and people started posting the story and talking about it. Now, when I saw it, I mean, and my friend who helps me make these videos actually told me that I should talk about this story when it came out, but I waited, because I wanted to be 100% sure about this story, and then later on, 1 week later, I was correct. I had both sides of the stories, and now I'm sharing it with you guys, because the thing is, what I meant by false news and spreading of misinformation. This is what our generation is mainly doing using social media, and we do that because we don't fact check anymore. We don't fact check, and that is a very, very crucial, important thing to do when you want to share information about any topic whatsoever, because statistics can be falsified, information can be changed, events can be misinterpreted, all of the above. And this is very important, especially for educated people, because I see a lot of educated people that are involved in this matter, and they do not fact check. I mean, what's the point of your education if you don't revise your information? I mean, when you go to university and school, don't you ever have projects where you have to do research? Do your research on the news. I mean, it's the same concept. Okay, you have to work a little harder. That's the point. That's how you know what you're getting is correct. Don't only have one news feed. Never just take your information from one source. It's not a smart decision, because you can easily misinterpret the information, and you can easily get misinformed. Not your interpretation can be wrong, but the information provided to you can be falsified. So always check your information, review it, go see another source, maybe see a source that opposes your original source, or see a source that you oppose, that you don't dislike, just to see both sides, so that you have both sides of the story, and you know where you're going, and you know how to tackle a certain topic, because in the end, information is very important. We live in the information era, and it is a very important tool to have in general in life, So this is kind of the matter that I wanted to approach this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram. Everything will be in the link, I guess, in the comments or whatever my editor wants to put the shit up. And yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.